Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Zane, and today I'll be having a look at Storj, DCS, a decentralized cloud storage. That's essentially what DCS stands for. And I like decentralization, and not to mention, I love cloud storage. So what is Storj? This is really what I want to understand is this fascinating cryptocurrency. So, private by design, secure by default, Storj DCS is a decentralized storage solution that encrypts and distributes files using a global network of nodes. Storj offers a decentralized alternative to cloud storage providers like Amazon Web Service, that's AWS. And AWS, surprisingly, is the largest revenue generator for Amazon. This AWS service actually generates over 60% of Amazon's profit or income. It's really that insane. So, wherein data storage is distributed throughout a user-supported global network to achieve greater privacy, security, and value. Storj DCS is private by design, secured by default, delivering unparalleled data protection and privacy when compared to traditional centralized cloud objects storage alternative like Amazon Web Services. So we've been through that a little bit, right? But this innovative decentralized solution encrypted, divides and distributed files to thousands of statistically uncorrelated nodes and ISPs around the world, and that's to say the least. So decentralization delivers the highest possible level of security, privacy for users who demand their own data and controls it. And that's most important in today's day and age when these big corporations are just selling our data. Decentralized data can't be censored or monitored, and its associated probability of network downtime is significantly reduced because it lacks a central point of failure. No central point of failure means that it's a lot more tricky to attack that particular system. It's kind of like how if you've got a VPN, no one can really know where you are if you're using your VPN because your VPN redirects your computer address around the world to different locations. In other words, there is no central point of attack. So it's a lot more difficult for people to track you or hack your computer if you're using a VPN. So that's just a simple analogy. For the people who don't know what a VPN is, I really do apologize, but that's basically what it is. It's a software that hides your information and it puts your information around the world in different locations so no one can track you. It's almost like you're in 10, 20,000 places at the same time. So no one knows which one you're actually at. It's really complicated, but it's really cool at the same time. So it is also resistant to tampering and ransomware attacks. And let me assure you guys that ransomware is a real thing. It happens all the time in this world. But the problem is when it does get reported, if it does get reported, and it doesn't always get reported, is the fact that not a lot of people tend to understand what ransomware is, what the attacks are. You know, it's an online attack that doesn't always affect you visually, but it can affect you in the background. Your bank can be attacked. The financial system is a major part of our society that can be attacked. Your company information could be attacked. Lots of ransomware attacks happen almost on a daily basis, and you don't always know about them. But there's some clever engineers out there who keep our systems running. So by bringing decentralization to cloud-based storage, Storj DCS is able to deliver privacy security benefits as well as providing inherently better economy than centralized alternative. So the fact that Storj DCS is a cloud-based storage and it's avoiding these problems, that's absolutely amazing. It's really good for the world and for people who want to use decentralized storage solutions. So how does it work? Storj incentivizes two parties to use the network. Those with extra bandwidth and storage capacity on their computer host storage nodes, and those in need of this excess capacity utilize Storj DCS, while anyone can use the cloud object storage servers The platform offers the most utility for developers, startups, and large-scale projects with high-capacity storage requirements. And a lot of startups really do require high storage capacity, including large-scale businesses and projects and developers. But it's really important that Storj DCS is actually supporting developers, startups, and large projects. It's good. They're targeting this, they're supporting this, and they're campaigning for it, which is good. So the Storj network uses a Storj token, an ERC20 token, utility token, as an exchange of value across the network. So the token enables Storj to send and receive payments around the world for minimal costs and no currency conversion fees. So payment with Storj tokens also provides a fast, transparent, scalable, and easy payment solution for customers. Boy, this almost sounds too good to be true. So this ERC20 token that's called Storj, this is the price, 89 cents at the moment. It was a lot higher. We're looking over $3, I think it was at one stage, actually, quite easily. Actually, it was probably $3.3 or $3.4. But for a cryptocurrency that has 287 million in circulation, it's done pretty well in terms of its numbers in recent months, being over $3. So you can obviously expect a service like this, which will become more and more useful as time goes on. You can expect a service like this to be worth a lot more in the near future. And when I say a lot more, I mean like $5, $10 in the next year or two, because decentralized storage is becoming more and more important because everyone is starting to care more about their privacy. It's good. It's literally like, it's one of the main things that a lot more companies have been focusing on is privacy of individuals and their users, because they want to protect their users so their users feel safe and keep on using their network. If users leave their platform, then they're screwed. So security, privacy is becoming more of a normal thing. It wasn't always like that. We have to thank a handful of people and projects that have been coming through and absolutely clearing the way for privacy, because that's a big deal these days. So early versions of Storj protocol was blockchain based. So the current iteration of Storj does not utilize blockchain architecture. That's interesting. In case you guys didn't know, that's an interesting little fact right there. So instead, Storj comprise a global network of independent nodes and peer-to-peer communication protocol, which allows the nodes to communicate. This means that although the network prioritizes decentralization and is somewhat similar to a blockchain infrastructure, it is not beholden to the transactional limitations of blockchain consensus mechanism. Storj's decentralized advantage. So Storj DCS has some notable advantage over centralized cloud storage in incumbents. If you use Storj DCS for cloud object storage, each file is split into 80 or more pieces and distributed globally. As there is no central point of attack, catastrophic files loss is prevented thanks to the redundancy that's built into the system. And if certain pieces are lost due to a storage failure or a storage node leaving the network, only 20 pieces are actually needed to reconstitute the file. In fact, the network has never lost a file. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a big deal. You know, it's kind of like how Bitcoin has never had a fraud case. No one has ever hacked Bitcoin or figured out a way to hack the system. You know, it's sort of similar. You know, it is sort of similar. So additionally, Storj DCS delivers inherently more favorable economy than those offered by key centralized storage providers. As a decentralized service, Storj can crowdsource storage capacity for cloud object storage users while incentivizing data center complex cost structures or extra costs for multi-region that tends to lock users in the all help Storj DCS effectively complete with a huge centralized data provider that needs large capital investments in order to stay solvent on the sometimes slim profit margin or data storage. And the last thing I'd like to end on before we move on is Storj for users and an overview. Mostly looking at the ERC20 token itself, which is Storj. So storage nodes can be thought of as collectively as a decentralized data center. Nodes simply downloads the Storj software, advertise how much bandwidth and data capacity they'd like to offer, and designate a Storj wallet address if they wish to receive payment in Storj token. Now, the Storj token is built on top of Ethereum using the ERC20 token standard. So this primary function of the nodes are to store and return data, both of which they have compensated for. So Storj carries out a random audit to ensure that the nodes are honestly storing data. So if they're found to be acting maliciously, they're removed from the network and will not receive payments. Like I said, I also made a price prediction for this, I think, because it did so amazing. It did so amazing back in March. I mean, over $3, probably $3.3. That was amazing. I think $5 is definitely a possibility by the end of this year, especially if a cryptocurrency like Storj picks back up, especially with users and people who want more privacy with cloud storage. Even I want privacy with my cloud storage. So something like this, the more people start using it, is the more the price will go up, obviously, because value will be increased. So like I said, $5 is definitely possible by the end of this year. That's a price prediction. But also I think $10 could be available, could be possible in the next year, maybe 2 years. And that's more than 10x. That's probably 11 or 12x from this price right here. So consider that's in a year or two, based on my predictions. I'd say that's pretty good. Not a lot of people can find a cryptocurrency that will 10x in that period of time. Because cryptocurrencies are unpredictable. Well, everything is kind of unpredictable. Well, this was my video on Storj. So thank you guys for watching, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.